Hi there, welcome back to JD Answers. Today I have the review of the 7 RYMS DW30 Lavalier microphone. The reason I got the lavalier system is because I do a lot of dash cam installations. And most of the time, the microphone or the camera itself is not really directly in front of me. Like right now, I'm using a shotgun mic, which is also what I use for my installations. Now the camera, which is attached to the microphone is attached to the hot shoe right on top of the camera. Now, it's usually about 3 feet away. Like right now, the camera is about 2 feet away. And you can hear what I'm saying using the shotgun microphone. Now, when I'm doing my dash cam installation, usually the camera is outside the vehicle. And of course, my microphone is attached to the camera. Now, normally then, I will be about 3 feet or more away from the microphone. So therefore, it will pick up, no matter if I adjust the gain, it sometimes won't pick up everything I'm saying, or it'll be at a low tone. And sometimes if I'm speaking, if I turn to stress a point or stress an area, then my face is away from the microphone, and therefore it's not picking up everything. And then again, it sounds low. Now, also is with the shotgun microphone, I'm sometimes in front of the camera talking and as I'm pointing out items, or if I'm behind the camera, then I turn the microphone towards me so it could pick up my narration of what's going on. And then I could go back to the front and then I could continue my recording. But when I go back to the front, I sometimes forget to turn the microphone because it's a lot of adjusting the microphone from front to back to front to back. It's a lot of adjustments, which is not really that hard, but then you forget because you're caught up on whatever you're doing. Again, so that's something else that really affects me, because if the microphone is faced the opposite way of what I'm talking, then it doesn't pick up my voice completely. And then sometimes if I'm far away from my shotgun mic, I adjust the gain high. That way it could pick up everything that I'm saying. And then when I go back behind the camera, I'm directly behind the camera, which the shotgun mic is facing me. Well, sometimes I forget to lower the gain. And then it sounds like I'm shouting on the video. In which, again, I could try to do it with the post-production, but then sometimes it doesn't really come out the same. It sounds very loud. So then I want something that's attached to me that will be with me all the time. I could put it on my shirt here, on my opening, where I could keep it here. And of course, all I got to do is adjust the gain and get it to the right amount. And I could speak freely without knowing that I have to adjust the microphone or adjust the gain. It's on me at all times. And if I'm moving around, I just make sure it's not attached to my button or hitting my button where it'll give like a little tapping sound. That's the only thing I have to worry about is the placement of the microphone. Make sure it doesn't touch a button. That's simple. So that's what I use it for, and that's what I'm planning to use it for. Now, this microphone, this lavalier system, is also good if you're a video creator doing vlogs, or you're going live, for instance, on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or however you're going to go live on. You could use this, and it'll give you a better sound quality. Now, you could use the shotgun mics and see if that works, but if it's on you, all you got to do is adjust the gain, and you don't have to worry about anything after that. Now, let's go over some of the unboxing and see what we get in the box with this. I always like to see what's on the side of the boxes and read the material around there. It's a 24-bit auto recording intelligent device. Supports onboard recording with AG internal memory, which is pretty awesome. Supports recording high file speeds, transmission, and copy. All right, now let's unwrap this device. On top, it looks like we have the accessories, and in the bottom, it looks like it's the charging station itself. And I guess it's also the storing case. Here you go, and you could actually see the product inside there. All right, on the back here, it has the charging port, and the bottom just has some information. And on the top, it's real nice design with the logo on top. This is a real nice design here. Very sturdy as well. All right, let's go ahead and pull out the accessories. Well, actually right now this looks like it's probably going to be the manual. Yes, it's the manual here. Alright, looks like you have a warranty card, certification pass, and the manual itself. Alright, so let's continue. Alright, let's just go ahead and dump everything on there. Alright, first one we have is one of the cables. And this is probably going to be the other cable here. You can see pretty much which one you think you'll need. Here you go, you can see the two different types. Alright, now for the next item, it's your lavalier cord. Alright, there has to be another one here, which is probably this one. Here you go. Yeah, you always come with two because it has two the mics. Alright, and you connect these. Now let's open up one of the microphones here. So what you're going to do is you're going to get one of your transmitters. Now when you get these mic cords, you're going to go ahead and plug it in. And there's only pretty much one port to connect this into. And you just push it in there and that's it. It's connected. Then you have two transmitters. So you got one for each of the mics. Alright, and let's see. This is probably going to be the charging cord. And yes, it is. So you plug it into your charging base, this end, the USB-A, and the USB-C, you would plug it into your case. The case charges all the mics, the transmitters, and the receivers. And you would push it in right here in the back. You connect it there. And then that's how you know you're charging it. You could just plug all three of these using this cord. Here you go. You connect one to the side. You plug that one in on the side of the charging port. And then your transmitter, you connect that one. And then you connect this to your charging port. And then all three are charging at the same time. Alright, the next thing we have is going to be the windsocks here. Here we go. And what this does, if it's windy outside and there's a lot of wind, you pretty much just attach these to the transmitters. When you have it on, when the wind's blowing, you won't hear the wind because this is blocking that wind and you don't hear that in your recording. So this is pretty nice. And again, you got two, one for each of the transmitters. And they're pretty easy to put on. Alright, now we know what we get inside the box. So next I have the transmitter. And I got one of the microphone cords. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach it to the top of the transmitter under the microphone port. Alright, now the next I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my shirt. Now you could attach it to a jacket or inside a lapel, whatever you want to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and attach it to my shirt. And we'll continue with that and see how that sounds. And then next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attach the receiver to my camera. And that way you could hear how it sounds. I got the receiver here, but what I just want to do is show you how I connect it to my camera. So let me do that first and then we'll continue. Next I'm going to show you how to install your receiver to your camera. And you install it on the hot shoe, which is on top. You get your belt clip and you slide it into the hot shoe right on top. And it slides in there perfectly. And the belt clip is magnetic, so it will secure to the hot shoe of your camera. Now next we can install the TRS or the TRRS into the camera on the side in your microphone port. Okay, I got the transmitter connected to my camera. And you can see the sound waves going back and forth as I talk. Now what I want to do next is go over the transmitter here. And then what we're going to do next is go over the receiver. We're going to go over what the LCD displays, the buttons, and everything around it. Looking at the LCD screen, starting from the top left, you have the real-time monitoring icon. On the right of that, you have the pairing icon. Now, if there's a line through it, that means it's not paired. Now, to the right of that is a microphone icon to let you know that it is active. Now, if there's a line through the microphone, this is indicating that the microphone is muted. To the right of that is a battery power status. Underneath those icons, starting from the left again, you have the yellow dot. To the right of that is the record abbreviation, and to the right of that is the timestamp. Now, we'll go over this section in just a minute. Now, underneath that, starting on the left again, you have an A, which represents that this is a transmitter. Now, to the right of that is your sound bars. As you talk, the sound bars move from left to right, back and forth. Now, let's go over the side for the buttons. Now, on the buttons, starting on the top is the power button, and which is also the mute button. You long press the power button to turn on the transmitter, or you short press the power button to mute or unmute the microphone. Underneath that button is the pair button, and use this button to pair the transmitter to the receiver. And then, of course, underneath that is the USB port where you can use for charging or to download the recording that you get from your receiver to your computer or whatever device you're using. And we'll go over that in just a minute. Now, let's go to the top. Now, on top of the receiver, you're going to see the headphone port. Now, you will use this to hear yourself as you're recording. To the right of that, you can have the internal mic that has two outlets. These outlets are for the wind muffs to install. When you install the wind muffs, this protects your recording for any wind sounds that you may have. All right, now let's go back to the LCD screen. I want to show you the record portion of the LCD screen. These transmitters come with 8 gigabytes of recording space. So you could still connect the transmitter to a computer or your cell phone or whatever you're going to connect it to, and you could still record the recording on those devices. Now, you could use this as your main recording, or you could use this recording as a backup. Now, in order to activate this, you have to press the record button that's in front of the transmitter. Once you press the record button, that yellow light will start to blink, indicating that it's recording. And then the timestamp is going to start counting to let you know how long your recording is. This is a great feature that this Lavalier system has that others do not have. Now, for the belt clip, it is a sturdy clip and it's also magnetic, where you could attach it to any metal surface. Looking at the receiver's LCD screen, you see the word mono. This displays the type of modes. Right now it's set to mono. It could also be set to stereo and also safety mode. Now, we'll get more into this in just a minute. Now, to the right of that is your battery status. Now, to the left, you're going to see a square with the A and B. The A represents the A transmitter, and the B represents the other transmitter, which is the B transmitter. And then you see the bars to the right of the corresponding letter of the transmitter. As you talk, the bars will move from left to right. Now, if we look at A, and then to the right of A, we'll see the bars, and to the right of the bars, you're going to see plus 0.6 dB, which stands for decibels. This is where your gain is at the moment. Now on B, you have the sound bars, and the gain is at 0. When you're on mono mode, the gain is going to be exactly the same. This is just an illustration purpose. That's why the gains are different under mono, as you see in the picture. All right, now let's get into the buttons of the receiver. Now from the top button, there's an A. Now this represents the button to use when you're changing the gain on the A transmitter. And underneath the A, you have the B, which again, it's also to change the gain for the B transmitter. Underneath the buttons, you're going to see the Type-C USB port. Now this port can be used for charging, or you could connect this to your computer or cell phone, whatever connections you want. This is one thing that's great about this Lavalier. You don't need an audio interface to connect to your computer or cell phone. It all does it for you right here at the Lavalier receiver. Now let me go over the modes for you. We're going to go over the different modes. Right now it's on mono mode, which means both transmitters will be recorded on the same track. Next we have stereo mode, where each transmitter will have its own track. Next we're going to go to safety mode, which has 2 tracks. One track will be recorded 6 decibels less. This is for in case there's any outburst or any high pitches, you'll be able to edit this in post. Now we look on top of the receiver. Now starting from the left side, you're going to see the headphones port. And then to the right of that is the out port, which this is where you could connect the TRS cable or the TRRS cable, depending on your device needs. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the case. Again, this is a real nice, elegant case. It has a hard covering all around it. This case can charge both transmitters and the receiver all at the same time. Even if the case is not hooked up to an outlet, as long as it has a charge, it will continue to charge the transmitters and the receiver. You could have it on your desk, on your shelf. When you're done, you put them back in the case and it automatically charges. You don't have to take additional wires out to connect them all. It all does it for you. So this is a real nice feature here. And then it gives you 6 hours of working time once it's fully charged. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to connect the receiver to your cell phone or tablet. Now, provided to you was a USB-A and a USB-C at the other ends. What you want to do is you could get the USB-A and put an adapter on it to either to a USB-C or the Apple adapter, whichever one you need, and then put the other end into the receiver. And the one you want to use is pretty much the orange cable, if you're going to use this cable. Now, if you have your own cable, like I have a USB-C to a USB-C cable, so I'm going to use this one. So I'm going to go ahead and connect one end to the receiver. There you go. I got one end there. And then I'm going to connect the other end to my cell phone. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to get into my cell phone. I'm going to open up the voice recorder app, and it says external mic will be used. So it already accepted that the lavalier is the external mic because it's connected with the Type-C USB cable. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and press record, and we'll start a recording. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a test. And you could see the sound bars moving on the receiver and the transmitter. I'm going to hit stop, and we're going to name this test space 1, 2, 3. Save. Now we could go ahead and play it back. Recording. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a test. And that's the recording, and you can see how it works. This setup works exactly the same using either an iPhone with the correct adapter, or even tablets, or any device that has a connection. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to transfer the files from your transmitter to your computer or laptop. So what you want to do is get the cable that was provided. You got a USB-A and then you got the USB-C at the end. And the one we're going to use is the orange cable. This is the data cable. So what I'm going to do is first connect the USB-A to the side of my laptop into the USB-A port. And then I'm going to get the Type-C and connect it to the lavalier. And I'm going to put it on the transmitter on the side, on that port that's here. And then you're going to see it open on my laptop right here. Okay, so once you get the folder, you could double click it and you see 2 files. Now, if you want to transfer one of these files, all you have to do is highlight it, hold it down, and then drag it to where you want. I'm going to put it to videos. That's it. It's as simple as any file you have on your computer. You could copy and paste or drag it the way I did. And then we could double click videos and then you could see it right over here. This is the file we just moved over. All right, let's exit out of that. And that's how you do it. That's how you transfer your files from your transmitter to your laptop or computer. It's that easy. It's like you're installing a flash drive into your computer. All right, just to wrap this up, this is a low latency lavalier microphone. It has a working range up to 100 meters. And of course, this is with an open area. The reason it says it works up to 100 meters is because if you're working in an office and you have some obstructions, well, the lavalier will give you all the connection you need because of its long range. Now, this is an internal and external mic. It's an internal mic because the transmitter itself is a microphone. Now, it's an external mic because you could connect the corded mic to the transmitter and up to your collar, and you could connect it there. Now, the receiver has a preamp amplifier and 12-level gain control. So you could adjust the gain whatever you need. If you're close or you're farther away, you could adjust it right from the receiver. Everything about this is a win. From the case itself, charging the receiver and the transmitters, that is a plus. And another thing I liked about this is that it has 8 gigabytes of internal memory. So I could have it hooked up to my phone and record, and I can have the transmitter recording as a backup. I mean, what more can you ask for on that? I hope this video was helpful for you. I hope you got all the information you need to make up your mind if this is a product right for you. Now, if you're interested in this product, I'll put links in the description down below. If you have any questions or comments about this product or any products I have, leave them in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and select all notifications for all upcoming videos, because I'm going to have more videos on how to use this lavalier microphone. I also do dash cam reviews and tech reviews. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe!